today we will be talking about the Indian ethos. It is a part of the subject Indian ethos and business values, which is a subject of MBA first year, first semester. Now, concept of ethos. Now, what is meant by ethos? It means character that is used to describe the guiding belief or ideal that characterizes a community, nation, or ideology. Basically, it is a set of moral beliefs, attitude, habits, etc. that characterizes a group of person. Another word for ethos can be spirit, morality, mindset, mentality, etc. Ethos is used as a means of convincing an audience by the authority or credibility of the persuader, be it a notable or experienced figure in the field or even a popular celebrity. Forensic and ballistics expert qualified to determine the murder weapon, it's him, is the example. There is another word called pathos that appeals to the emotion. That is, it is a way of convincing an audience of an argument by creating an emotional response or convincing stories. Pathos can be seen in languages that draws out the feelings such as pity or anger in an audience. For example, we say, if you don't move out from this place soon, you are going to die. Can't you see how dangerous it is? So it takes out the emotion, and because of this emotion, people are convinced. The next word is the logo. Logo appeals to the logic. It is a way of persuading an audience with reason, using facts and figures. For example, we say generally that history has shown time and again that absolute power corrupts absolutely. So, ethos is a means of convincing an audience. Pathos, it is by emotion, and logos, convincing the audience by logic. The need and relevance of Indian ethos. Indian ethos helps in development of unique work culture. Work is considered as duty or sadhana, and there is no difference between karma, that is work, and dharma, that is religion. The word or the term dharma does not indicate any particular religion. Dharma is actually duty to be performed in a given situation. As Gita says, you have to be a person of action. Do not run away from your action or karma. But the same should be according to your dharma. The second aspect is, while doing the karma, do not be tempted by worldly pleasures, materialism, and result. That is, do not get attached to the reward you will be getting by your karma. The ancient guideline principles for the ethos, Indian ethos, were for self-purification, self-development, individual growth and welfare, collective growth and welfare, team spirit and teamwork, autonomous management, minimum control and supervision. Managers act as mentors, motivation, perfection, all-round happiness and prosperity, skill and values united, conflict resolved by integration. So these were the guiding principles during ancient times. So, as we said, the needs of the, so going in detail, first is the management attitude. Now, the top management firm believe in value-oriented, involving goal in the management. Profit is earned through service and satisfaction of all stakeholders, employees, customers, shareholders, and citizens. Fulfillment of social responsibility. The second point is humanizing organization. Looking at the three aspects of human organization, that is interpersonal relation, man-machine equation, where main is the prime concern and inner management through mental and spiritual growth of individual. Interiorizing management or self-management. Self-management are management by your conscience. When the soul manages the other four members of a human being, the body, the mind, our intellect, and the heart, the conflict these four have among themselves can be resolved. This management, my conscience. The objective of self-management is to first know and manage oneself, and then only you can manage others. Self-retrospection, that is embark upon self-study, self-analysis, and self-criticism to locate the areas of friction and disharmony. A self-examination of one's thought, feelings, emotion, sensation, passion, and desire to reduce and subdue the ego. We have brain stilling. For rational, enduring decision, silent mind is necessary. A perfect, calm mind, enjoying tranquility is necessary. Brain stilling is the most reliable method to discover solution to problems and difficulties which seems to be difficult to tackle by reason and intellect, because through this one can come into contact with one's own mind and high consciousness. Stepping back. Never decide anything, never speak a word, and never throw yourself into action without stepping back. The stepping back from a situation for a while enables one to control and master a situation. In short, we should not act immediately. We should give time, think over it, and then speak or take the action. Self-dynamizing meditation is a meditation of transformation of lower consciousness into higher consciousness, and hence called transforming meditation. Though meditation in a silent and calm mind, one can reach a high level of consciousness which offers guidance in the form of institutions to tackle the multitude problems. This is called consciousness approach of management. Coming to the next, role of intuition. That is the feeling. Intuition is the act of coming to direct knowledge or certainty without reasoning or interfering. It is immediate cognition by the inner mind, and when fully developed, it is efficient and effective for taking prompt and sound decision. Intuition skills enable one to cope with confidence, fluctuating environment, and rapid changes. Faith is prerequisite to develop and realize the power of intuition. We can say it is the third eye of a human being that helps to solve one's problem, or which alerts a person for doing something. Now coming to the purpose of Indian ethos. First is to develop proper management. To develop proper management system in the organization, management system based on principles as per ancient wisdom, which we had already seen, are of immense help for the smooth conduct of business. Value-oriented management system can be established with the help of Indian efforts. To ensure all-round development, that is, all-round development, growth and prosperity in the field of productivity, marketing, profitability, etc. Work sincerely. Indian ethos teaches us that if you work sincerely for the society, for your organization, for the nature, you will really enjoy your life through money, harmony, peace, and happiness. Productivity of human being. Indian wisdom indicates that productivity of human being is more important than the plant capacity. Features of Indian ethos. First, divine of human being. Divinity of human being is not merely a notion, but a truth which can be experienced in the stillness of mind. Balance in the keynote of Indian thoughts. We have synthesis, harmony between the 12 concepts. The individual is the central force. The divine element is in the individual is only a portion of the universe of the universal consciousness. It gives greater emphasis on the value, human and ethical. Knowledge is not power. Indian ethos is based on Indian script. Indian thoughts provide internal knowledge. All work is worthy and honorable. So one should emphasize on duties and responsibilities. Deal with two types of knowledge, that is knowledge of creation and knowledge of creator. Divinity of human being. As we had discussed, cosmic of pure consciousness. The divine element, which is an inner part of an individual, is a part of pure consciousness. It gives a base for mutual trust, cooperative, teamwork, and common good. Importance of character. Indian ethos gives much importance to character, not to the knowledge. It is the character which is the real power and wealth. Wholeness approach. Indian ethos is based on Indian scripts like Upanishad, Shrutis of Gita. Indian thought provides the wholeness approach through knowledge of creation, cosmos, and internal relation between spiritual and materialistic life. Work is worship. Indian ethos works with the fact that all work is worthy and honorable. Work is worship is the guiding principle for all efforts as advocated in the Indian ethos. Duty and responsibility. Indian ethos rarely talks about rights. It always emphasizes only on the duties and responsibility of a human being. Excellence at work. According to Indian ethos, total quality management can be assured through excellence at work, through self-motivation and self-development. Achieving the level of excellence is very difficult. According to late Mother Teresa, we can make the effort toward the excellence by doing small good work on regular basis. Hence, Indian ethos in management refers to the value and practices that the culture of India, we call it Bharatiya Sanskriti, can contribute to service, leadership, and management. These values and practices are rooted in Sanatan Dharma and have been influenced by various standards of Indian philosophy. Elements of Indian ethos. The elements of Indian ethos are ego sublimation, that is, let go of your ego. Sacrificing spirit, you should have the sacrificing spirit, then only you will be able to do something good. Next comes the team achievement. Always think about your work and consider whatever the achievement you will be, it will be your team's achievement. Self-control. Have control over yourself. Concept of duties. We should not think about our rights. We should always be focused on our duties and should be able to do it perfectly and regularly. Focus on the permanent. Like as it is said, everything is changing. Like nature is changing, environment is changing, but there are certain things which are not changing. For example, the truth, the beauty, these are not changing. So we have to be focused on the permanent and not the changing things around us. The quest for perfection. Always look for perfection, as perfection will give satisfaction, it will give the best output, and also it will give happiness as one wants. Joy in performance one's function. If one is enjoying the work he is doing, then the output will be excellent, and that will give a peace of mind and will give you happiness. Now coming to, we have been discussing ethos. Now what is the difference between ethos and ethics? Ethics is a branch of philosophy that deals with identifying, defining, and recommending concepts of right and wrong behavior. That is identifying, recommending, and defending the concepts of right and wrong behavior. And as discussed earlier, ethos is a term that is used to describe the principal belief or ideas that forms the basis of a community, nation, or ideology. Now, what is the difference between ethics and ethos? Origin. Ethics are derived from the Shastras, whereas ethos is derived from culture. Ethics is universal in nature, whereas ethos are culture-specific region or country. As a result, different country, different region have different cultures, so the ethos varies. Function of ethics is it determines what is Swarg and Narak or Narak. It determines between Pap and Punya. It determines between conduct or misconduct, whereas ethos determines the culture or the cultural behavior of a person or a region or of the country. The examples of ethics are truth, non-violence, devotion, kindness, etc. Whereas the examples are welcome, respect to the elders, love to youngsters, etc. So this is the difference between ethics and ethos. So we are discussing about ethics. Now coming to the role of Indian ethos in management. It refers to the values and practices that the culture of India, that is the Bharatiya Sanskriti, can contribute to service which continues to service the management. This provides a strong bond with internal as well as external customers, results in improved performance. The Indian ethos focuses on if a person is good, then the whole world is good. Any organization which follows these ethical thoughts automatically get converted into an ethical organization with less conflict and hindrance. These values and practices are rooted in Sanatan Dharma. Work ethos is at the heart of why we work, what drives us, and gives us purpose and meaning in the workplace. So the characteristics and elements of Indian ethos are implemented in our today's management. That is, if you do good, the whole world will be good to you. One must perfectly balance the secular values and the spiritual values. Management is the art of getting things done by others in an effective and efficient manner by using various physical and financial resources. Management is more than what it says. It is actually the essence of every aspect of a human life, whether it is professional, personal, or societal aspect. That is, everywhere one has to manage. The role of a manager is very crucial in any organization. A good management can lead an organization towards the peak of its success and vice versa. The basic principles of ethos of management are as follows. One, each soul is a potential God. Immense potential, energy, talent for perfection as a human being have the spirit within his heart. A human being has a soul, a spark of divine. The divine resides in the heart of a person. And this divine means perfection of knowledge, perfection of wisdom, and perfection of power. Therefore, a human being has the immense potential power or energy for self-development. Human effort can achieve even any apparently an impossible goal and convert into a reality. The association of God and human being can show an extraordinary result only if human beings decides willingly to collaborate with God and actively participates in the society by right action under the guidance and grace of God, a human being can develop not only personal development, harmony, and happiness, but also the prosperity of the organization and the society without doing any injustice to others. The next is the holistic approach. It indicates the unity between the divine. Again, divine means perfection in knowledge, wisdom, and power, as discussed earlier. Individual self and the universe. The holistic approach of management is based on the spiritual principle of unity, oneness, and non-dual concept. Under these principles of unity, the universe is an undivided whole, where each and every particle is connected with every other particle. Hence, entire humanity is one. Equal importance to subjectivity and objectivity. Tangible subject and gross is intangible object and gross tangible subjects are equally important. One must develop a third eye. That is the eye of wisdom, vision, insight, and foresight. Inner resources are much more powerful than outer resources. Divine virtues are inner resources. Materials, capitals, machineries, etc. are outer resources. Coming to the Karma Yoga, that is selfless work, offer double benefit. Private benefit in the form of self-purification and public benefit. Karma Yoga is a good pathway for self-purification, self-development, individual as well as collective growth and welfare, minimum play, of jealousy, passion, hatred, greed, anger, arrogance, team spirit, autonomous management, minimum control, supervision, etc. etc. The result is all-round happiness and prosperity. Karma Yoga is the end state or an alliance of Nishkama Karma. Yoga means union between individual consciousness and supreme consciousness. Work is one of the several methods of achieving this union. Next is Yoga Karmasu Kushalam. That means it indicates the excellence at work through self-motivation and self-development, with devotion and without attachment. This theory is mainly based on the concept of Karma Yoga as indicated by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. It endows with the wisdom of evenness of mind. One casts off in his life both good deeds and evil deeds. Therefore, devote yourself to yoga. Skill in action is yoga. If we look at the first line of the verse, Buddhi yukto jahati nyu, and so on, we will find the most important principle of Indian ethos, yoga of equanimity of mind, in the phrase Buddhi yukto. The phrase the practice of such yoga develops dexterity in action, which means our future managers should learn the art of detaching themselves from the fear of failure and should maintain evenness of mind in any condition. take the right decision without getting overpowered by emotion. It is very important, and it requires evenness of mind. At the same time, manager should also be able to maintain calmness and give all the credit to the supreme divine if they are blessed with success in their respective projects. This will help them to analyze and introspect on their work and the process adapted while arriving at successors, even failures. The reason is always stress on the action and not on the result. This harness of skill process in many ways always leads to perfection and help in manifestation all round excellence. Cooperation. Cooperation is a powerful instrument for teamwork and success in any organization where involving collective work. The idea of cutthroat competition is found on the concept of struggle for existence and survival of the fittest. The Indian ethos denotes that the royal road for human being is cooperation, which is a powerful motive for the team. We are human beings having the mind and power of discrimination. To conclude, right from the post-independence phase of development, no adequate and serious grassroots efforts were ever made to evolve management processes that could be in tune with the Indian ethos, an understanding of our culture, norms, values, and beliefs. They help us to evolve style and management system suited to our requirement. A social system is a living and organic system simply rejects that which is too discordant and incongruent with its ethos, and thus a need for management policies and practices compatible with the cultural values and work level expectations. The principle of Indian ethos of management are universally applicable. Indian ethos for management can help to develop an effective and holistic management pattern which will ensure all-round growth in productivity, marketing, and profitability. This will help in synchronizing private and public benefit and encourage individuals to lead an enriched quality of life together with worldly achievement. The best form of management has to be holistic and value driven. And that is the objective of Indian management ethos. So today we stop here.